Hey, it's Dougie Fresh here in the flesh to give you my best to the last breath that I'm so blessed to be breathing right now. Grateful for life and grateful for you. I'm here at the Kovalchuk Complex Center. This is where my life changed forever. This is where I never would be the same again. The date was October 4th, 2012. I was really excited for homecoming. The year prior, Tyga and B.O.B. It was Tyga and B.O.B. this year, but the year prior was Wiz Khalifa and Wale, and I had a blast. I flew to the concert, if you know what I'm saying. So I had a blast, and I was ready to do it again for homecoming. I was a sophomore at university. So I got some drugs to do something different for a change. It was Molly. Never did it before. I said, let me try something different. Let me try something for a change. So I had it. I threw it in my drawer. I didn't think of it. A week later, it comes October 4th, Thursday of 2012. I was 19 years old, and I grabbed it, and after I took a couple shots of 3 Olive root beer with a root beer soda and Arby's, soothed my unconsciousness, eating fast food and soda. And I walk right down this hill this way from my house, and I go down, and I forgot my ticket. Warning sign number 1. I was just about here when I realized it, so I went back. Then I got the ticket, and I came back down, and there's a long line right here. The line was about over to here, and there were some hot-looking girls, you know, in their concert clothes, and I was really excited. A little cold out, just kind of like how it is now, not snowing though. About 7 p.m., and I was excited. I'm in line. The line's mobilizing. We're getting closer to the entrance, when all of a sudden, I had my snapback on and my college jersey, and the Molly was, I was like, where should I put it? Where should I hide it? Where should I sneak it in? I've seen other people sneak drugs into concert before, and they're hip and such, but I put it in my wallet, deep in its compartment, and as I approached the door over here, I asked someone, yeah, I'll be fine with this, right? And he said, yeah, nothing's gonna happen. And I thought nothing's gonna happen. Then the cop was standing right over here. I remember it so vividly. There were a group of cops, and he yelled, if you have any drugs on you, get rid of them now or you will be arrested. Just those words. And I heard it. There was a space between stimulus and response. Stimulus and response, as Stephen Covey in that multi-million selling copy book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, sold millions of copies. Great book, one of my favorite books. Talks about the space between stimulus and response. There's awareness. You want that gap, and there was that gap. And I said, should I go in or should I not go in? And I decided I'd go in. I decided, I'll be fine. I'm Dougie Fresh. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Well, sure enough, as the door opened and I walked in, the security guard checked my hat, the hat I was wearing. And I was like, oh man, he's checking deep. Checked inside my wallet, and he found the white powdered substance, Molly, about 2/10 of it. I bought it for 20 bucks. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if I was gonna use it or give it away or I don't know what I was, throw it out. I didn't know what I was gonna do. There's no intention behind it. I was lost, and I needed that to happen to me because I did get caught with it. However, I grabbed my wallet, I left out this door. As I was over here, I walked out, I hit this corner, didn't even look at the cop. And once I got to that corner over there, boom, I was gone, full sprint. But the cop that was over there saw me walking, and he came and chased me down. He said, stop! So there's cops everywhere. I know it was really fast. I would have been fine. Pinch runner on varsity baseball as a junior, but I said, there's too many around, I finally made a good decision, and I stopped in my tracks. They cuffed me up, brought me back at the side of those other doors if you can look through it. And from there, the next thing that happened was I see a girl having a temper tantrum. A girl crying her eyes out, another man having a temper tantrum. And it was just scary to me. One word was going through my mind. That word was the F word. All right. You couldn't have guessed it. And I was scared to death. I was thinking what my dad would say and what's going to be the punishment. It ended up being 3 misdemeanors and a felony. I went home that night back over there, and I cried my eyes out, and I didn't sleep at all. Miserable. I hit rock bottom. But as J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, says that's where you build your foundation. So I was there, down and out. But I bursted up and exploded with tremendous growth, because that's the day I said enough is enough. There's a knowledge gap here and I need to fill it. No more, never again. I've had it. This will never, ever happen again. Life will never be the same again. And I flipped open the laptop and I said, who can help me? Who can mentor me through this? What does this mean? Why did this happen to me? I actually stopped asking why did this happen to me, and I said, what does this mean? And I thought of someone. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. At the time, he was doing stupendous. His name? Michael Vick for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he was just a star at the time. He was dominating, got out of jail, overcame all his obstacles, very optimistic, very positive, helping more dogs than he hurt, breaking records, and I read his book and I didn't feel so alone. Then I read more books, Awaken the Giant Within, 7 Habits, and I went and got mentors, professors that could help me on that journey. And from there, I realized that, hey, this is great because I'm learning. This is great because I'm growing, and now I'm giving. I became exercise science president. I won 5 5Ks and broke the ribbon. I went to Toastmasters and spoke. I then got a 4.0. Things started looking up and up. I got everything expunged. All that pain. You know, when tears were rolling down my eyes and I flipped open my laptop and that spark was in me to say, hey, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And I also realized that it's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens that matters most, as Jim Rohn said. And I found mentors like Jim Rohn, Dan Millman, and so many. And I really changed, and my life changed. I got better. Things got better for me, and it could happen for you too. So the worst day of my life turned out to be the best day of my life. And it's now my mission that got me so driven with ambition, living from my intuition, not seeking permission to follow this vision of living and giving and giving and giving. Ready and willing to help you, not wait for this moment of pain that comes. Be proactive and to be on offense and to not wait for this terrible thing to happen in your life to ask for help because you think you know it all or you don't have the self-esteem to go reach out for help. Makes me sick, the fact that I waited and I had so much family, so many people counting on me, so many people invested in me, and I blew that opportunity. But thank God I had a second chance. But some of you may not get a second chance. Okay, so I want to make this very clear, crystal clear, razor sharp. Go find help before you need it. Go learn from others before you must have it. Be humble enough with humility to know that stability will help you, will give you the credibility, will give you the ability to live the life you imagined. So I want to end on this. In that book I read that changed my life, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins, he talks about the Niagara Syndrome, where there's a group of people in there on the river having fun. All of a sudden, they hear something. It's the Niagara Falls, and they're freaking out, and they stick their oar in, and they're trying to change it, and they're paddling, but it's just too late. They go crashing. That's what happened to me. Don't let that happen to you. This happens with people who smoke cigarettes and get heart attacks. This happens with relationships that failed, romantic, family, friends. This happens with health in multifaceted areas. This happens with your habits if you just forget and neglect to renew and sharpen that saw. Okay? Don't neglect to reflect. Look back now and say, hey, has this even happened to me before? If it hasn't, it will. It's not a matter of if, it's when. And now is the time to make that change if you haven't yet. Now is the time to not wait till the pain, the powerful just downfall of you to happen. Be proactive, be on offense like Mike Vick, and make the change now. That's why I'm here to help you get the mentor of your dreams, to get the person that can change your life forever. By the way, I've done this. I'm gonna help you do it. That was a great experience. but I'm not gonna let it happen to me again. If it does, I'm gonna be resilient, because that is the brilliant way. But it's happened to your mentors. Learn from them. Mentors out there for you to learn from. So click the link below, and I'll show you exactly how I got my mentors and exactly how you can too. Stay fresh. Stay blessed. From the place that created Dougie Forlano, Dougie Fresh, the person you see here, it wouldn't happen from here. I wouldn't have the humility to get an army of people to help me, to have the humbleness. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to make the change before you get caught, before you get stopped, before you get knocked down your tracks and freeze in the cold of the nightmare of your life. Instead, let's live the heaven that we want. It's the difference maker. With infinite love, infinite blessings. Stay fresh, stay blessed. Peace.